Welcome to IGTV with Muse Laura. So this week is my maiden voyage on IGTV. I'm really excited. I am going to take you through a series this week, and we are going to be talking about cultivating courage. I want to help you go boldly where you have not yet gone and you are ready to go. So throughout the week, I'm going to be sharing with you yoga tips, essential oil tips, life coaching tips to help you take those next steps. And I actually have 5 different episodes, so you'll get one a day, Monday through Friday. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because it's 4th of July week here in the US. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this or haven't really thought about it, the men who signed our Constitution were labeled as traitors, and most died really horrendous deaths as a result of what they did, and they really knew that's what they were stepping into, and they did it anyway. And y'all, that kind of courage is just inspiring, and it made me want to give you a few tips, few things that you can do to help yourself feel more courageous to take maybe a step that you want to take in your life. So for today, I wanted to talk a little bit about fear and maybe give you a new perspective around fear. And then tomorrow we're going to talk a little yoga. Wednesday we're going to do a little essential oils. Thursday I've got some tips where you can start to apply all of that. And Friday I have one more thought to share with you to really help you go that next level. Now I have a download that has all of the tips that I'll be sharing. You can go get it at lauraerdmanluntz.com/courage. Now the link is in my bio on Instagram, so you can grab it there as well, easy peasy, but then you can just download it and it's there, including a link to a full yoga series that I do to help you build courage. So there's a video there that if you want, you can grab that. All right, so let's talk fear. What I really want to talk about here in today's episode is what fear really is. People often see fear as a bad thing, but y'all, fear is a really good thing because it keeps us safe. It keeps us from doing really stupid things that will hurt us. Now, unfortunately, and this is what we'll be talking about this week too, is fear also keeps us from stepping outside of our comfort zone to take the action steps that we want to take in order to take our life to the next level. So if you can imagine, the very same mechanism in our brain that says, don't cross the street because there's hundreds of cars going by you really fast, the same mechanism tells you, don't send out your resume to get a new job. Don't leave that relationship even though it's not serving you. Don't start a diet. Don't start exercising even though that's what you want to do, because we want to keep you in your safe little box. So if you can imagine your life as it is a box. Okay, we're all in a box. We all have different size boxes, but we all are in some sort of box that represents what we know. It's our status quo, okay? And that's our safety zone, all right? It's where we know and we're comfortable. Maybe it's even not safe, but it is safe on some level. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's safe. And any step outside of that box that stretches you a little bit will be scary on some level. Sometimes those steps are little teeny things, I got it. Other times it feels huge. Now, it's really important for you to remember that everyone has different feelings around this. Okay, so for you, what could be a tiny little step could be a ginormous step for your best friend. And vice versa. And the reason I'm sharing that is it's so easy to get judgmental when you look at other people. It's like, why in the heck are they not doing that? Realize it's because it's a really big step for them, okay? And vice versa. They may look at you and go, this is so easy. Why is she in this horrible relationship? Why is she in this job that doesn't serve her? Why is her financial situation in such chaos? And yet she continues to do stupid things with her money. And it's just because that is their big area. So one of the things I want to do this week is begin helping you cultivate the oomph you need to get past that, to be able to take that step for yourself, okay? So the very first thing I want you to keep in mind, though, is fear is a good thing, okay? It is meant to keep us safe, and for the most part, that's a good thing. Keeps us inside an airplane that could easily land us. Okay, I am not gonna ever parachute. Just so we're clear, that is definitely not something I would want to do. As my mom says, why would you jump out of a perfectly good plane? So that's the first thing. So here's the thing. When you feel fear, you want to look at it and go, okay, why am I feeling scared? What's going on here? And is this something that is worth moving through? Okay, so this is step 2, and that is, I actually have a few notes here. Is the other side worth facing your fear? Okay, so here's that other side. I'm not telling you to do it, okay? So this can be hard. Sometimes it's hard to even think, if it's a relationship you really need to leave, or a job or something. Sometimes the fear is so huge, it's hard to even imagine that there's ever the other side. And so what you want to do is get into as safe a space as you can, maybe a hot bath, or in your bed where you're all snuggled in, when you can open your mind and let go enough to imagine the other side, okay? So if you are in a relationship that's really not serving you, and can you imagine, okay, so what if I did make enough money so I could leave? What if there was a great place where I could live? What if, just start to open your mind and explore that other side. Again, I'm not telling you to make a change yet, because that's the thing. We often don't want to go there in our head because it means that we have to do it. I'm not telling you you have to do it. You're just going to say, okay, so is the other side worth it? Okay, is that new job that fully utilizes all my skills worth it? Is it that taking that step out and starting my own business? Is it worth that effort? What is it I'm going to get as a result? And this is really important to look at, because sometimes you're going to say, gosh, it's not worth it. Maybe not yet, maybe not ever. Maybe you start realizing, wow, you know what? Maybe entrepreneurship isn't for me. Maybe I really do need to get a new job, because when I begin to imagine it, I don't think I really want it. This step 2 is exploratory stage, where you really look at it and say, is that going to be worth it? Now, I will tell you, when I work with my clients, 98% of the time it's worth it. And the reason they've hired me, really, without even knowing it necessarily, is to be able to move through that fear to get to the other side. So then, step 3, okay, is to decide to be more excited than scared. So, fear and excitement have exactly the same physiological response in your body. They are identical. The only difference between the two is what's going on in here. Okay, think of yourself at the top of a roller coaster hill. That first one, when you're going click, 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 and your stomach starts to go, Are you scared or are you excited? And the truth is, you're a little of both, right? Probably, right? But you can also can you feel how you can switch? You can say, okay, I'm really scared, I'm really excited. Like, you can actually mold where you're going up here in that moment. It's really cool. And this is what you want to do here. So you've got to set your sights on that other side, and oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I am ready. Let's do this. So the fear begins to turn into excitement, which actually fuels your energy. Okay? So, number 1, see fear for what it is. It's a good thing. It keeps us safe. Decide objectively, look at that other side and say, maybe I don't need to be safe here anymore. It's time to move. And then shift into a state of excitement rather than fear. Okay? So that's just to get you started. I just want you to start looking at fear for what it is. It's really an amazing thing. And we want to use it well and not let it control us. Okay, now be sure you join me tomorrow talking about yoga. Then we're going to talk about essential oils. Thursday, I'm going to share some very specific life coaching tips you can use to help you move through the fear. And on Friday, I will be sharing one more thought. I'm really excited about all of this. Be sure you go out and grab your free checklist, including a link to the yoga. Tomorrow, I'll just be giving you the elementary version around it, but you can actually get the whole video at lauraerdmanluntz.com/courage. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I hope this helps inspire you to ignite your life, because you know what? Life is meant to be extraordinary.